Welcome to SHOTBOX Secrets. My name is Greg Stroud, and today I want to talk to you about using SHOTBOX to help you capture and digitize those old photograph albums and journals that perhaps have been in your family for generations. This is an album in our family, and like I just said, it's been in our family for many years. In fact, it's dated on the front. It says the Holy Land 1904, and it had never been digitized until I got a SHOTBOX. It was put together by this gentleman. He's my great-grandfather, William C. Pierce. And he was a leader in the Worldwide Sunday School Association. I guess the group was out of Chicago at the time, around the turn of the century. I'm not sure where they are now, but he traveled extensively with them, and then everywhere he went, he took many pictures and put them together in these wonderful albums that now are in our family archives, if you will. And obviously a rich family heirloom that we don't want anything to happen to. Now, of course, having said that, you'll note that it is a leather-bound book, and it is deteriorating. It's coming apart. I also have brought in an image of my great-grandmother, Martha Trimble Pierce, his wife. She was one of the first female doctors in the city of Chicago. And this is her album, her journal from 1889. It is exquisite. There's hardly any scratch-outs. In fact, I haven't found one. Her handwriting is almost a work of art. But the book itself is falling apart. It's deteriorating. It's not a surprise. The first entry is from 1889. And so obviously, I want my family to remember these people. They're key to our family heritage and history. I want my children to enjoy those books, but of course, in time, the worry is they'll disappear. So digitizing them is very, very important. Now, the question might be asked, well, why haven't you done it to date? Well, the answer is simple. Traditionally, in the last few decades, the way to scan something is you need to have a flatbed scanner like this, and you end up taking your album or your journal and you turn it upside down there, push it down and close it and hold it down as best you can. In the process, you may be breaking the binding or damaging it, and then it's very cumbersome. It takes a long time, 2 to 3 minutes per scan. And of course, then the window pops up on your computer that says, what do you want to do with this file once it's completed? And so I'm embarrassed to say that while this has been in my family, these have been in my family for generations, until we had the SHOTBOX, we didn't actually get them digitized for those very reasons. Now, before I begin on this, I just want to share a quote with you from Roots. I know that's a little unusual, but Alex Haley says something in his acknowledgments that I think is very, very important and critical in our consideration of this process. He said, among the many people that he wanted to acknowledge, "Finally, I acknowledge immense debt to the griots of Africa." Now, the griots were a group of elders who were tasked in the various tribes and peoples of that land in the West African countries there. Their job was to remember. They were storytellers. Their job was to remember and pass on through oral traditions the heritage and history of their people. And so Alex Haley, as you may recall, was fortunate enough to be able to find an old griot who had actually, as he went back through his oral traditions, was able to find Alex's ancestors. And Alex was able to put it all together. Remarkable story. But here's what he said. "I finally acknowledge immense debt to the griots of Africa, where today it is rightly said that when a griot dies, it's as if a library has burned to the ground." In other words, all those traditions are gone. Well, the reason I share that with you now is because, in a very real sense, these family heirlooms are burning. It's just that they're burning very slowly. And so we need to get them digitized quickly and efficiently. Not only in case the house ever burns, for heaven forbid, or if there's a flood, but because in time, if I do nothing, they will be destroyed. And so what we're going to do today is show you how you can quickly do that. You can digitize it using your cell phone and your portable collapsible light box from SHOTBOX. So let's start with this first photo album I spoke of, the Holy Land 1904. I'm going to go ahead and put it in long ways. I already have my cell phone on the top, so I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that I've got it aligned, in the best possible way. And I always like to get the cover of the item that I'm capturing digitally, whether it's a letter or whether it's a journal or photo album. I want to get that texture and that feel. At least if we, in the event we do lose the photo album or the journal, we can at least kind of see, even perhaps recreate it if we wish by seeing the outside. So once I have that just the way I want it, I can use a cool accessory that we include in many of our bundles. This is an aperture cable, which is designed for use with the cell phone camera. The way it works is we simply plug this into your ear port and then put it back down, and we are now ready to take pictures using this cable rather than touching the camera. In my case, I do touch the camera from time to time just to make sure that it's focused in the best possible way, and once I've done that I can just take the picture like that. I just scan that image. Isn't that remarkable? Another thing I like to do if possible is get a picture of the author of the journal or of the person who put the photo album together. In this case it's William C. Pierce. I'm going to put his picture right there, and I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on it just a little bit because I want to kind of get a close-up of his face for this particular shot. Once again, touch it to make sure it's focused and use my aperture cable to take the picture. Again, that's digitized. Now, to protect the binding, as you can see, it is an older, thicker binding, and so I'm going to put these books out here just to give it some support as we work our way back shooting these images. So simply, at this point, we're going to go ahead and just line up the pictures as we need to get them perfectly in the frame, and then shoot with the aperture cable. Turn the page and shoot the picture. Again, turn the page and shoot the picture. This remarkable process of digitizing means that I could digitize this entire album in perhaps an hour, and if I were to try to scan it, as you can imagine, at 3 to 5 minutes per page, it would take me days to turn this upside down many times and try to make sure it's focused. But this makes the process very simple and very easy. Once I've gone all the way through this way, then I would take out the book, turn it around the other way, and then shoot the other side. In that sense, I would have a complete collection of all the digital images in this photo album. Next, let's talk about the journal of my grandmother, Martha Trimble. You recall that this is from the 1889, I think is the first one. So once again, I'm going to put it inside. I'm going to get a picture of her with her photo album, or excuse me, with her journal. Touch it just to make sure it's focused and take the picture. I want to get the outside of the journal, so I'm going to go ahead and make it smaller, so I'm getting the outside. I might, if I felt like it needed to, I could turn the book over and shoot the back as well. Now what I'm going to do is simply open up the journal and begin shooting. On the first few pages, I might need to use clips to hold the pages open without damaging them, but for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm just going to put it in here wide open and then show you how most of these pages can be captured simply by doing this. Because the aspect has changed, I'm going to turn my cell phone around and focus it so that it best fills the picture with the journal. Again, I'm going to use my aperture cable so that I don't have to continually touch it, but shoot the picture and then turn the page. Make sure that I do just turn one page. You can see the pages are just falling apart. And shoot the picture and turn the page. Shoot the picture and turn the page. You get the idea. For about 85–90% of this journal, I could do it just like that. For those parts where the pages are close together, I could, as I said, use a couple of clips to kind of hold it and lean it up against one wall while I shoot the picture, turn the page, shoot the picture. So again, a very simple, straightforward, and efficient way of digitizing that very important record. Finally, I'll take a minute to show you this particular album. This is a rich purple velvet album. You can tell that the time has taken its toll on it. And again, it's from the Martha Trimble Pierce and William, and so it's a wonderful album. You can see it's got a lot of character, the clasp and everything, but again, the time is taking its toll. I'm going to go ahead and place it inside the box, and just the way I want it. Get my cell phone lined up as it should be, and once I do, just kind of get it zoomed in the right way. There we are. Touch that to focus, and once again, I'll just use my aperture cable to take the picture, and I've completed that. Now I'm going to go ahead and put it on its side. I know it's coming apart, but my objective, of course, is to capture it with the least amount of damage as I can. I could choose to have the entire page if I wished, or zoom in on just the picture of the subject. In this case, that's what I'm going to do. And so then touch it to focus, then I press that button and I just scan that image. Turn the page, again, press the button, and I scan the image. So much faster and easier to digitize these very, very important family heirloom images. I came in on a Saturday morning, the first time I had a SHOTBOX, and I was able to digitize this entire photo album in about 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. And what a wonderful relief that is to know that if anything happens to this, we'll at least have the digital images and files. At the end of the day, I think that Alex Haley was right. When an old person dies, a library burns. At the same time, when these artifacts disappear, it's like a library burning. And with SHOTBOX now, we have the ability to save those, to digitally capture them quickly, enabling us to preserve them for generations to come and have a lot of fun conversations in the process. I'm Greg Stroud with SHOTBOX. Have a great day.